Hey, what's up everybody? It's Thursday on GenderqueerChat. This week's topic is a free week slash catch up on an old topic that you may have missed. I have missed a lot of, topics in the last few months, which reminds me to bring up, as everybody else has this week, we are looking for people to make audition videos to see if they want to be a part of the channel. So just make a video response to any videos, and we will, get some new people on board, because we kind of need that right now. So anyway, there was a topic quite a few months ago, or not months, like quite a few weeks ago, which has stuck with me, that I didn't answer. I really wish I would have answered it, so I'm kind of glad that I got the opportunity now to make a video for that missed week. It is a viewer question, and I don't have it in front of me because I am recording on my phone and I can't read it, but it is a viewer question that has to do with shame, and the viewer asked how we dealt with shame surrounding our gender. And this question stuck with me because I actually thought quite a bit about it, and it's sort of a complicated thing because I had to, what I realized was that there's embarrassment and then there's shame. And for me, embarrassment and shame are two very different things. And so to separate, I feel like embarrassment is this kind of superficial emotion that kind of feel like if people are looking at me, or, it's that kind of wanting to not be noticed, and when people notice me and see that I'm different and all that kind of stuff, like, I feel a little bit uneasy and I feel embarrassed. Shame, I feel, is something that is quite a bit deeper. It's not superficial, it's like at your core. And for me, sometimes I will get embarrassed, and this isn't just about gender, this is about, everything for me. For instance, I have a disability, and for the most part, it's an invisible disability, and I can get away with people, not knowing that I have a disability if I want to. But I also have a service dog, and when I'm with my my service dog, it makes my disability visible. Now, a lot of people assume that I'm training him, but I'm not. And I get embarrassed because people look at me, and people are constantly staring at me and constantly, asking me about, my dog, and asking me, people will ask, what is he for, what does he do, da-da-da, and just things that, I've had to say to some people, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go into my medical history with you, this is, it gets to the point where it's just ridiculous, and I get embarrassed, but I'm not ashamed that I have a disability. What I do feel ashamed of myself for getting embarrassed that I have, a disability, and embarrassed that I have a service dog and that people stare at me. And I feel truly ashamed of myself for feeling embarrassed. And it's the same thing with gender. I feel no shame about who I am. I honestly, since embracing my gender and embracing all of that, I feel so much better about myself, and so much better about you know, like, I'm not ashamed of myself at all. I think that it's, you know, I'm kind of proud of my gender in a way. And when I'm in a situation where I'm, you know, obviously I look female, even though, you know, I don't really wear feminine clothing and I don't, you know, present in a particularly feminine way, I still am viewed as female, and people will still call me ma'am, and people still call me miss, and all of that stuff, and it annoys the crap out of me. But I, like, when I'm in situations where I don't stand up for my gender, that's when I feel ashamed. When I, you know, I'm in situations where I just kind of, like, sit back and sort of feel relieved that, you know, I'm not sort of more visibly gender variant, I'm truly, like, that makes me feel ashamed. I feel ashamed of myself that, you know, I'm not sort of, I don't wear my gender on my sleeve, like, so to speak. Not that there's much more I can do, because I would, you know, that would mean having to talk about my gender with everybody, and, you know, it just doesn't come up in everyday life, like, all the time, unless you're, you know, unless it comes up. But I just, yeah, this whole idea of shame, you know, I am not ashamed of who I am at my core. What I am ashamed of is the fact that I get embarrassed about being visible, you know, when I'm in the street, in terms of my gender, in terms of my disability, in terms of, you know, just all of what I am. And if I'm walking down the street and people are staring at me and I get embarrassed, I feel completely and utterly ashamed of myself for being embarrassed. So yeah, that is that, and I don't know what the bonus question for that week was. But yeah, so anyway, make audition videos, and we will, you know, we'll watch them and hopefully get some new people on board and start having more consistent videos every week. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.